Snarling Dogs Bootzilla wah pedal. Yes, this is a wah pedal that is primarily, I guess, designed for bass, but we are going to hit it up with some guitar. This has a bunch of controls. Now over here on this side, excuse the freehand cam, but the controls are all over the shop. We have a switch which can change the sweep characteristics. We'll take a look at all of them. So we have sort of from low to not very high, from medium to very high. We've also got, I love this feature on wah pedals, a volume boost for when you engage the pedal. You can go from dropping the volume a little bit, bit of attenuation when you turn it on, right the way up to probably just short of enough extra boost to push you into overdrive, but maybe if you're already on the verge of crunch, that'd be cool. You'll also notice on the top here we have there we go, that says fuzziness, an extra switch. That's because this also has a built-in fuzz pedal, which we will get round to once we've checked it out clean. You'll also notice that over here I've got another pedal just sat over here, but don't worry about this, we'll get to this, don't you worry. Okay, let's check out the clean sound first. This is the bridge, sounding like this. My middle, sounding like this. And because it's a fan favourite, the neck. Back to the bridge. So at the moment we've got the wah set on the low sweep. Let's see how that sounds clean. So the low setting, it starts out very muffled indeed, and most of the travel doesn't do a whole lot, but up at the top you've got a lovely, actually, sort of more synthy than a lot of wah pedals, I think. Great for sort of staccato stuff, for bringing that pretty stuff in cleanly. We're just going to switch it over to the mid setting, like that, and see how that sounds. So we're a bit more into sort of traditional wah territory. I think probably for a guitar-based wah, I think that probably is still a little bit low, but I kind of like the fact that you've got more sort of fine control in the mid-range. So if we switch it over to high, let's see how that sounds. So, I mean, with the high setting, I think this is kind of where you'd kind of have a normal guitar wah sorting out, but like I said, I love the option. I like the control in the mid setting, and I like the synthy side of the low one. But if you're looking for just a straight up wah sound, I guess the high is where it's at. The other controllers I mentioned is that we've actually got a volume control on the side here. So let's just see how much volume. So we'll start with it at the bottom. So this is the clean sound as we start off. So we start with a little bit of attenuation. Get just above unity there, but we can carry on round. Okay, so we're now pushing the amp into overdrive. Okay, so let's try and get that back around unity. Close enough. Okay, so over here we've got the button that says fuzziness, and this engages a fuzz circuit. Around the side here we've got two controls, one for the intensity of the fuzz, which is the one that says fuzz intensity, funny, and we've also got one here that's the volume for the fuzz as well. And just around here we've also got a frequency switch which changes whether it's sort of a brighter or a darker fuzz. So let's have a listen to the fuzz in isolation. So at the moment we'll have the frequency on low and we'll have the intensity sort of halfway. See how that sounds? So it's got that kind of vintage kind of attack that you get from some of the older transistor, silicon transistor fuzzes like the K. Let's try the high frequency. So with the high frequency, in terms of guitar, it's got a bit more presence to it. Probably a more sensible setting for guitar, to be honest. Let's see what the range on the intensity sounds like. So we'll wind it down to minimum. It's one of those knobs where the bottom basically does nothing and then you get all of the gain all of a sudden. So it's not going to win any competitions for big gain sounds, but I kind of like, it's kind of characterful actually, I think, and it's I like that kind of attack. It's kind of got that slightly sort of sudden onset. We've also got the volume knob here. At the moment it's set quite low. Again, like on the wah side, we can set it so it's pushing a bit more. Well, that's good. Unity is satisfyingly low there, which is always a fun thing with fuzzes because it means you can push the front end of the amp. As I mentioned right at the start, we've also got another pedal here, which is just an Electro-Harmonix LPV1. I would suggest that every guitarist in the world gets one of these. They are immensely useful pedals. They're great with the boost set low just to get a bit of sparkle, but what I like to do with them is to push other things that are already gainy, and what I've discovered is that if you want to get more gain out of this pedal, it doesn't mind being pushed harder. It doesn't go weird, it just gets gainier. So if we turn the fuzz back on, have the boost on as well. It just goes to show that I presume they've limited the gain a little bit more because it's designed for bass, so that it doesn't start breaking up too early. But put a boost pedal in front of this fuzz pedal, I think it sounds pretty cool. The other thing is, of course, because it's designed for bass, it's got an absolute mountain of bottom end, which I am fully in favour on. So let's see how they sound together, both with the LPB1 and without. So I'll switch the wah back down to low, and we'll see how it sounds with the wah and the fuzz at the same time. Both eyes light up, obviously the coolest thing in the world. So as you can see, when you push the LPB1 on, it's getting gainier, generates more harmonics, makes the low setting a bit more useful. Let's try it on the mid setting quickly. So on the mid setting, it's immediately more satisfying with the fuzz, and even more so when you push the LPB1 in. So we'll switch it up to the high setting and see what we think. I think the differences between the high and the mid settings when you've got the fuzz on are less evident. I'd work it either way. Yeah, I mean, it's designed for bass, and certainly you might find that on some of the settings there's not going to be sort of immediate gratification for guitar, but this is going to go on my pedal board for guitar, quite honestly, because I think actually the wah sounds great. I think the fuzz could possibly be sort of written off, by some people sort of straight off the bat, but I think it sounds great, especially if you push other stuff into it. And as you're probably aware if you've looked on our channel, we are in favour of stacking fuzzes together. Yeah, so Snarling Dogs, Bootzilla. As always, check out our Bandcamp page for free music, like and subscribe to keep updated with any of the other demos. Go to the Facebook page, all of it's in the description.
Bandcamp.
Did I say Bandcamp?
Did you say that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we make music sometimes.
Yeah, Bandcamp is, yeah, that, yeah.
I just got the Bootzilla.
Yeah.
Bootsy Collins.
That's right. Yeah.
I've been looking at the end of this pedal for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.